Alright, how's it everyone? Welcome to Race Space again. We're back with the finals now for Race of the Americas here at Dirtfish Boneyard course, which we were racing back on a Monday night and also last night with the supercars, the lights and the Mercs, which are all racing now for their finals. So I'm K9 for anyone watching, and joining me on the stream tonight is Ratek, who is usually also on with me most of these nights. How's it going, man?
Good evening. You okay?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. Better now that it's rallycross. Better now it's rallycross. But
Tough day. Tough day. Has been on your side, I'd say. So
yeah.
yeah, time to relax and get some good rallycross and get something out of your system. You could always take aggression out in
Yeah,
rallycross.
yeah, just hopefully not too much. Don't want to end up upside down or blow the engine again tonight. But yeah, okay, so we've got some minor changes made to the lineup for the semis tonight. So a bit less people joining tonight than what we first expected. So we've got in the first race here for the supercar class, which is the RFX, we have Dusty, Berries, Ratek, and Matsutsi. So it's a cool lineup, that one. I think this will be very interesting. I think we're going to get JPH or... Well, JPH will definitely be joining us later when it comes to the N class, and probably a bit for the lights later on in our next stream, which is happening also tonight. But what happens for that one is we close this one down and Mark starts one up, and that's why we have to have two on finals night. So this stream is just going to be for the RFX class, which is the supers, and then the next one, which will be a few minutes after this one ends, will be the RF2 and the RFN class, which is the lights and the Mercs. I can see there
Evening.
JPHs. How's it going, man?
Not bad, not bad. I'm literally about to have tea whilst doing this, so this is going to be an interesting combination.
Well, it's changed around a bit since you last spoke to us. Now you're now in the second race. Looks like you guaranteed a final position as well. So, lucky you.
It's always a nice thing to know you're in the final.
Yeah. So you can see this is a full Savage race now. We've got all three Savage Audis and Carlo. Carlo's also a bit of a savage with his full send that he does. So it should be a good race. I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, when these guys are ready, they just give us a thumbs up. And Mark, I'm sure, will jump out of this chat just for his races here for the supers. And I'm sure we'll see him join back when the
Yeah,
supers are done. Good luck, man.
I'll join you guys shortly.
Yeah.
Cheers very much.
Well, you'll be in for the next one because JPH is racing, so we'll see you then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Good luck.
Cheers, man.
And now the
I thought
moment.
this is going to be. I feel this is going to be an interesting battle between Ratek and Matsuzi, because you always get that feeling Berries and Dusty should qualify, really.
Oh, it also depends on start position.
Mm.
All right, let's see the moment we've all been waiting for. It's also the first time I think we're doing this layout of this track in the series. So just like Mill Run, this is the first time we're doing this one. So we're going to have our first ever winner by the end of tonight. Who will claim the glory? Okay, loading in, we can see the track there. sure if you watched last night or on Monday, you'll be quite familiar with this track now. So Radtech and Matsutsi getting awesome starting positions there.
Matsutsi, the better starting position in my opinion. Just on that, even though he's on the outside off the line, it becomes the inside for turn 1, and it's all tarmac, so he gets a lot of grip compared to Radtech, who's going to clip a bit of gravel on the front left.
Definitely. So Dusty there is behind Radtech, and behind Matsutsi is Berries in his red Audi.
Just to double check, you're not hearing too much of me munching on my food, are you, Kyle?
I think we hear a munch here and there. Anyways, so I'm sure these guys are probably just adjusting fuel and stuff. They probably wouldn't change their setups too much from Monday unless they felt they were slower than what they wanted to be. But it'll mainly just be fuel. That's something you don't want to run out of in the semi, because only 3 of these guys will be getting through into the final tonight. So they don't want to give it away by making a stupid little mistake.
And first semi-final of the night.
Off they go. Good launch from all of them, to be honest. Radtech round the outside. He just gets clipped though. Matsutsi side by side, the two of them, but Radtech holds on.
Yeah, Matsutsi didn't quite get as good a start as he usually does there.
Clip there, but nobody crashed there, so that's a good thing. Matsutsi goes straight into the Joker lap. He's the only one to have done it right now, so he will come out of this leading the race at the moment. Radtech still leading the pack of guys that haven't jokered. I think it was a clever move there by Matsutsi, but also in a way he probably was forced to take it as well with that little bit of contact. It almost sent him into the wall. It was probably the smarter line at that moment in time.
Yeah, you could tell the car wasn't set up for the left-hander, so it was probably the best get out of jail free car, that one. So Radtech is closing the gap. Right on 3.4.
Ooh, commentator's curse there. He makes a mistake, and Dusty into the back of him as well, but Dusty gets through. Berries straight into that Joker lap, so he should...
behind Matsutsi.
Yeah, he comes out behind, so Matsutsi right now actually leading the race.
Dusty yet to take his Joker, but Dusty is 6.1 behind, so that's going to be quite tight, because I think
remember he had a bit of contact there with Radtech, which might have slowed him down. He would have probably had to have hit the brakes as well. And so right now this race all going Matsutsi's way. Can he hold on to it? He's got the pressure from Berries though, and he's sending it sideways. He makes a mistake. Oh, big mistake there. Ooh, almost connects there with Dusty, but Dusty manages to get through without making any contact. Dusty, I think, took his Joker now, so there he goes. He's going to come out ahead of Berries, so that paid off for him. You can see Carlos struggling big time there to get the car right. It looks like Radtech still has his Joker to play with as well. So
he does. He's got to try and close that gap a bit more though. He's about 8 seconds behind, just under.
So I think that's what he'll be trying to do, because it's probably the best way to overtake someone. It's difficult to overtake someone when you're behind them and you have to actually overtake them. But if you can get close enough behind them that you can take the Joker and overtake them on that, that's the easiest way. But his car looks seriously damaged there. I think he's struggling just as much as Matsutsi at the moment.
He was overriding that Audi now, trying to make it so he knows he's got a little bit of a chance, and Matsutsi has just been a tiny error. Not a massive one, but just enough to lose himself a touch of time to keep Ratek in.
He'll know now as well. He'll be trying to keep it as clean as possible because he just has to keep the car going now. He doesn't want to make another big spin. So he might even just go a little bit slower maybe just to make sure that he's not going to crash. You can see he's not doing his usual style of sending it. Or as I say that, he goes quite sideways there, but
you can tell he's having to adapt to the damage he's got with his style. He's going very sideways through most of the right-handers. But he's not going to plan. He's just lost a bit more time there.
Dusty will be on his last lap starting now. Let's see how he goes. We haven't really seen a lap from Dusty yet. He's sort of been behind guys, but we know usually he's the guy to watch for setting the pace.
He's always the guy on my loading screen that says world record.
Yeah, he pretty much holds them all now for rallycross in this game.
Ratek still not quite within that 6-second window.
So finishing off the race, he's just about to go into the tunnel now. It's pretty much in the bag for him unless he makes a massive mistake here, which he won't because he's Dusty. He's going to take the win here and go first person into the final is Dusty. Berries follows him in second. And the third person, that gap is closed since that Joker lap. Matsutsi knows he just needs to nurse the car over the line now, and he does. So Matsutsi goes through into the final. It's unlucky there for Mark, but at the same time it's nice to see Matsutsi in the final as well. So alright. On to semi-final number 2. And JP, you're racing in that one. Are you ready for it? Did that last race inspire confidence?
Well, no one was driving the Mini, so can't really tell. I'm actually just about to finish my chips and I'll be ready, I think.
So Mark, it was very unlucky. He's not speaking. That's how shattered he is.
Yeah, let's move on. Next race, anyway.
Let's not answer that question.
Yeah, it's just the slightest mistake, and then you're driving with damage, and it's hard to do anything.
It looks like you. It looked like you learnt that move from the K9 school of crashing.
Yeah, just I think I clipped the inside barrier or a bad bump, and it just threw me to the outside. And
yeah, no, I've made mistakes like that here as well. So I think a lot of the guys have. Carlo was struggling with similar sorts of damage and similar mistakes, but I think he just realized early on that he eventually just needed to nurse the car over the line, and he was in the final.
Yeah, I saw the time difference coming down, and I thought there might be a slight chance, but he did enough, so well done to them, top 3.
Alright, so all of these guys are guaranteed to be in the final, but they're still just racing for points for the championship.
So it'll be a chance for just to have a good sighter race, really, won't it, for these 3?
Yeah, a good test. But I mean, you know, guys like Kenny wants to compete for the win in the championship, so he's going to want a first place here. He needs the maximum points he can get out of this round.
Definitely,
because he's competing with Dusty, who just blazed that last race.
Just hope none of these guys pick up any damage, because I do know it. 6 laps with damage to the car makes it awkward to drive.
Yeah, now I can imagine. It's hard enough doing 4 with damage.
JPH got a good front row slot there with Kenny.
And his car is angry there in the front with its teeth. Which car's got a better angry face? This Mini or those the light cars of Shadow and myself?
I think the Mini, it's more noticeable on there, if you know what I mean. It stands out a little bit more. It's a bigger
Bit
impression.
flatter, but I think that grill is maybe a bit too big. It takes up a lot of. Whereas the light is a bit more solid. It doesn't have the gaps in the grill.
JPH is going to have to drive this. We know that Mini is quite temperamental, isn't it? So he's going to have to be considerate towards any engine damage, I think.
You had a good start though in your race. You went around the outside basically.
Yeah. I could just see Carlo in the rear mirror. JPH is holding off Kenny.
Goes
Kenny
wide.
Keeps it nice and tight.
And all of them go around that corner, no crashing, so that's good to see. Oh, Kenny made his own mistake there and JP into the back of him. So this might have worked out in Kento's favor because he dives straight into that Joker lap. I don't think he got caught up in that collision there, and he might just have a clean race all to himself now. We know Kento was showing moments on Monday of greatness, to be honest. He was doing very well. So
yeah, we saw JP take a knock as well, didn't he, into Kenny, so he's going to have picked up a slight little bit of damage there.
Exactly, and I mean, look, Kento's got no one around him. He just needs to keep calm, put in those laps. I actually really, not saying I don't want to see Kenny or JPH also win it, but to see Kento just get a solid run here without any damage, it'll be nice to see him competitive in this round. I want to see guys that look like they might have a chance to beat Dusty or Berries, you know?
Yeah. See Kenny now, he's quite a bit behind, isn't he, at the moment? So
yeah, because he looked like he was rotated the wrong way, so he probably had to turn around, and it slows you down a lot more than you think.
Kento just seeing driving with caution at the moment. He's still keeping the pace up, but keeping it nice and clean.
Remember, he's already used his Joker lap, so he has to take standard lap here. Let's see how sideways he gets on this section. This section you can get very sideways in the rallycross cars. He's taking it very cautious, I think, around there. He's not really sending it around.
Keeping it nice and clean, doesn't want to pick any damage up at this point.
He's just sort of doing minimal input there. You can hear him revving that car. He's not over revving.
JPH is in that window. He's in that Joker window at the moment. 6 to 7 seconds. That's going to bring him out very close.
Oh, Kento with a mistake, so this is going to hurt him here. He got stuck on the wall, didn't just clip it. Looked like he had to go clip it into reverse there.
I can feel for him. I know that will attract you into it.
So JPH is probably going to come out ahead here. He does. So he'll be pretty happy about that, I think.
Kento in the background of the shot there, so it's not too far away.
JPH will have to see a dentist about that, missing all his teeth now.
Yeah. He's knocked his teeth out. He's just gets.
That's why we call it rally fighters. Most of these cars don't have teeth by the end of the race. So Kenny still has that Joker to play with. So if he is managing to put in fast times and close the gap, he might gain a position here.
I think he could. He could probably.
He could probably get them both.
Front. Yeah. Kento just clips that inside barrel there. JPH looks a bit wild through the tunnel.
Ooh, so Kento takes it back for now. But Kenny hot on his heels there. I think it's just a matter of these guys having too much damage at this point. You know, getting onto the 6th lap with all that damage, it's must be getting hard to drive your car now. He sends it into the wall again. Kenny goes through though, so Kenny is released. He goes Joker, and I think that's all she wrote. I think Kenny is going to take this one.
Still not over. Oh, JPH just clips out inside barrier, so he's got to nurse that damaged car now. Hopefully
you can see he's lost the bonnet. Everything's gone now. Let's watch Kenny over the line. First place there for Kenny. Kento going to come out of the tunnel now. Good line through there. He rotates the car nicely, actually.
Yeah.
Considering he'll have some damage, and JPH tries to get a good rotation there, but just the damage is making it a little too hard to drive there. But he is guaranteed to get through though. Luckily for him.
That's alright, I thought it would terminal damage then.
Alright. So now we get to stay here and talk about the final. Unfortunately for you, Mark.
Yeah. Don't need to keep on mentioning it, mate. I quite like the commentary seat. It's quite nice comfy chairs in here.
Not mine, I'm in my race seat. I've been sitting in a car seat all day. Now I'm in a race seat.
This is going to be interesting with everyone trying to take that win now, and
well, 6 cars now. We haven't seen 6 cars of the supercar class yet on this track. So this is going to be a good, an entertaining start. I don't know if it's going to be entertaining as in it's a nice train to watch, or if it's like chaos, but either way, it'll be entertaining for the viewers.
So we're just waiting on Berries.
Yeah, Berries needs to join. I think it's just Berries.
Yeah.
There he is. Alright, I think everyone's ready. Let's do this. This is the finals for this RFX class, supercar class of the series, and we will get our first ever winner on this track for the series. So that's a cool thing to battle for, yeah? What's your predictions, Mark, after racing against all these guys?
With Rallycross, you can't make any predictions. It's I'll let you know after lap 1 how it's looking. So,
I don't know. I mean, we just saw Kenny, even though he had a big mistake on that first sort of lap in his last race, he had the epic comeback there. So you know, he's always going to be up there. Dusty definitely as well. Berries is also. I think maybe a little more of a wild card than say Dusty, but definitely has the pace.
Look at that grid line up there. Kento puts him.
I gotta say, I would love there to be a story here tonight. I would love a new winner. So obviously, new winner. It could only be Kento, JPH, or Matsutsi. Those are the 3 for new winners. Where are the other 2 sitting? JPH right now, he is sort of in the middle there, and Matsutsi right at the back with Kenny. So Kenny will be a bit stressed, I think, starting back there.
Can all change after this first lap.
You got to think. You got to think with these positions, Dusty's going to come out of this in front.
Kento's holding him off.
Kento with a
Keeps that
great
tarmac.
line around there, and he holds on.
Everyone's through that first section quite cleanly.
Dusty straight into the Joker. Berries follows him in. Kenny looked like he just changed his mind there. He decided last minute sort of to take the standard lap. I think he wants to play it tactically and try and overtake these two with his Joker lap, so he doesn't want to follow them through it.
Where's Kenny?
He's made a mistake because JPH is through as well. I think it was his line when he changed his mind there. He just didn't quite have the right line through the rest of the sections. But check here, Barry's right on the tail of Dusty. His two teammates here, your teammates, and my sort of teammates in different class.
Luckily for us, we allocated these to collect the points for the team, and it's looking good for them at the moment. So
Kento though, not that far behind. I mean,
yeah,
he's
having
close.
a good run.
If he took his Joker, he might actually come out ahead of them.
No, he has taken his Joker.
Oh, he has. Oh, okay. I thought he still had that to play with. Sorry,
he just took it on that lap there.
All right.
JK still there, and Kenny struggling there. He's picked up quite a bit of damage, I think. So that's unfortunate having a run this time round.
It's that difficult starting position. We've lost Matsutsi. I don't know if he blew his engine or what happened, but he's not in this race anymore.
Yeah, I totally missed that. He was at the start, but Berry's still hanging on to the back of Dusty. Dusty's
Super close from these two.
Not done enough to pull away as yet. Kento there, you can see him just coming out of the tunnel, so he's solid third place at the moment. I think JPH is in that Joker window to come out pretty close to Kento.
Kento just needs to keep a cool head and just keep putting in the laps. Just makes a bit of a mistake there.
Bit of a bumper graze there. Check on JPH. Car's intact, so it's looking clean at the moment. Standard lap again.
Saving that Joker. He'll take it probably on that last lap. He'll be trying to just put in the fastest laps he can now on the standard lap. Barry's really... He slowed down a little there, I think. Don't know if he just didn't get his line right, but still taking the fight here to Dusty. Dusty though just looking perfect. I mean, hasn't really put a foot wrong here.
Every line and every corner he's in control of that car. Smooth driving, isn't it? Smooth driving style.
And he doesn't use setups or anything. It's incredible, to be honest. Nice shot there of Kento sending it around that corner. He's looking very twitchy though. He's picked up some damage.
Just needs to keep it under control, but JPH could hear him in the background, so he's hunting him down.
Not that far behind. So JPH might squeeze onto the podium here near the end.
Kenny there struggling with extreme damage. Just running it to the end to pick up them points, I think, now, isn't he?
Yeah. And I mean, you never know. If someone picks up more damage than him, blows an engine, he'll get a position.
Yeah.
Just never give up. We saw with some of our races the other day, some guys did blow their engines. I think one race with the Mercs last night, I think Matsutsi blew an engine, and Scott he just didn't carry on with the race, and he basically lost out. He was almost handed a position that he couldn't claim because he didn't continue with his laps. So
JPH has got in front of Kento there, so he comes over the line in third place. So good result for him. Solid
for him.
third place.
Kento fell back. I wonder if Kento made a couple more mistakes there. Unlucky for him, because he started pretty much every race here at this track extremely solid. Then he just sort of towards the end, I don't know if it's as the grip becomes a bit worse in the car, he maybe shreds his tires a bit too much, but just starts running it wide and clipping walls towards the ends of the race. But no, that was good.
It's a good race by them guys.
Dusty goes
Well
on
done
to
to
take
Dusty.
another win, so that I think makes it his 5th win, if I'm not mistaken. I'll have to double check on that, but something like that. He's slowly catching the leaders. He'll be very close to Kenny now, and remember, those are the 2 guys that I think are trying to beat Jacques' record.
Yeah, they're both in contention, are they, for it? Both wrapping up the wins between them, aren't they? And Berry's always there in the mix.
Alright, so that is the supercars done for tonight. We will be quickly ending this stream, but in a minute or two, or a few more than that, I don't know how quickly we'll get the next one up, but it will be super quick. Just hit the refresh on our YouTube channel until you see the link or the video come up, but it will be the RF2 and the RFN class cars for that one. We'll see you guys in a second.